Happy Friday, Bravehearts. Thanks for coming and joining me. Listen, let's have the best weekend of our life. You know that? I mean, do you know how you can show somebody who's a bully, somebody who's trying to take over your life, that they're not? By having the best time of your life, by staying calm, connected to your lion heart, breathing a slight smile on your face, and loving your family well, loving yourself well. Thanks for joining me on the Advanced Water Fasting Challenge live Q&A, everybody. I'm going to be showing, I had a lady call up. I've had probably, without exaggerating, maybe 3 or 4, I don't really know, in the last 2 weeks. And about the clapping breast technique and things that you would do for cancer of the breast. And understand something. You know, it's the craziest thing, but whatever you focus on the most, you get in life, whether it's good or bad. And we know that advertising pays. Look at how they've been advertising something that doesn't even exist, and everybody's bought into it and decided the end of the world's coming. And the reality is that they have created such a trauma. We've got people taking a certain type of therapy, okay, that is not proven. And when they were doing this testing of this therapy on the rats, they all died. Yeah, okay, you dirty little rat, you. Why are you doing it to us? Anyways, I was talking to a lady this morning, and she goes, you know what, I've had polyps in my nose. I think I have something growing on my pituitary gland now, and they think it could be a tumor. And I've had migraine headaches for years, and I'm going to Mayo Clinic, which is the most prestigious hospital, and I'm going, please just stop. Just stop. If you want emergency care, you go to a hospital. If you want health care, then you learn self-care. Because self-care is the only health care. Get it or don't get it. And if you don't get it, you're going to get it, all right. You are going to get it. And you're getting it right now. And you're going to keep on getting it. Okay? Because they're going to keep on terrorizing you. And they're going to tell you that medical care is health care. And it's not. You cannot attack the human body without attacking the spirit. You cannot attack the human body. You are 50 trillion cells, 500 trillion good bacteria. You want to disrespect them and you don't want to bring love in? Let me tell you something. You will pick the treatment dependent on how much you love yourself. But you don't even know. You don't even know what self-love is. You don't even know what self-care is. You're still waiting for something or someone to come and save you. No one's coming. I can't even come because I'm going into lockdown. Okay? So, you know, our health minister, I mean, she doesn't deserve to be called that. Are you like out of your skull? And she's our health minister. Please, everything's an illusion out there. She's going to shut down British Columbia in maybe 2 days from now, right? And put us all into lockdown. I don't even know anybody with a cold or flu. Do you, Sean?
No, I don't.
That's right. So understand this. We love you. We love all of you. But I'll tell you something. The one thing I've learned is to mind my own business. And my business is truly health business, helping teach people how to take their own lives back and how they don't need a practitioner. You know what? If you're not working on being trained, then you're getting treated, which means you're getting mistreated. Because if you think that treatments are going to help you, then you're only going to be good until the next treatment. Right? It's like I go for my daily checkup every year, and whew, every time I get out of there, I just go, okay, all right, 1 more year. Okay, let's see if I can make it to the next year. Yeah, well, that's what you do when you don't have the power, the innate healing power that God gave you. And you're never going to have that unless you are the master of your mind. And please, don't tell me that somebody's managing your pain for you. To manage your pain means you don't have a brain. You don't have a brain. Someone else has got your brain, okay? So let me make that perfectly clear. She started telling me about the Mayo Clinic and all the stuff that they're going to be doing. And I said, listen, the Mayo Clinic's just like every other hospital. It's there for emergency care. What you're going to tell me is not important. What you're going to do in caring and loving for yourself is the only thing that's important right here. Yeah, but I just want to tell you all the things that they're going to do and all the tests they're going to run and all the things that they think they want to do to me. And I go, I don't need to know that. I just want you to get back to loving yourself, get back to nature. Believe it or not, everybody has the potential to heal from even the irreversible. Please go home. We can't figure this out. Well, of course you can't. You're only working with a very small toolbox. And the reality is you probably are a tool. And you guys might think, oh, he's pretty nasty today. Well, I'm not, because guess what? I'm the guy that gets all the phone calls all day long with people crying on the phone because they have a loved one dying, or they just had someone pass away, or they're so scared to go do what their only option is. So what do you want me to do? Oh, I'm just supposed to be okay with it, right? I've been in this business for 40 years, so even if I'm as dumb as a stump, I've learned something. And that is that nature does not make mistakes. And that man is the greatest manipulator to ever, ever, ever be on this planet, not nature. So understand, when you are going through your advanced water fasting and you have a bit of a headache, or you feel a rumble tumble in your tummy, or you feel like your gallbladder or liver is contracting, it's because it's trying to get rid of poisons, or you feel like there's an inflammation coming during your advanced water fast, or you feel pressure, you can calm all this down by connecting to the lion heart breath, by doing skin brushing, by doing clapping, by doing belly button therapy, by doing things like core twisting. Because when you do core twisting, you're wringing out things and you're straightening your spine up, you're aligning your spine. These are things you do for yourself. 9,999 people out of 10,000 do not know how to look after themselves, but they do know how to hurt themselves. They do know how to injure themselves. They do know how to poison themselves on an emotional and physical level. And they're not doing it intentionally. But let me tell you something. I have been into psychology now for over a quarter of a century, and I understand, if I was the evil, doctor, I could program someone to kill themselves. Until you honor, respect, and love yourself first and foremost, okay, you're toast. Let me just read something, and then I'm going to show how to do the what I would do if I had a breast situation as quickly as I can. But understand something, everyone. When I go to do the clapping, okay, we finish off the clapping master classes, we're going to have about 50 different conditions and parts of the body. And I'm going to be so thorough on showing how to use the clapper, okay, how to use a shot glass to break down scar tissue, crystallization, and calcification. Okay, and how to do the skin brushing, how to do the belly button therapy, and everything else in every condition that a person has and every part of the body. Oh, listen, I am going to be so loved by those people who say, I want to love myself. And I am going to be so disliked by those practitioners that don't want you to have your power back. Yeah. I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to give whatever I can to every one of my brothers and sisters around this world. You know the only way that you can evolve on this planet? Unconditional love for everyone, for yourself, and for everyone else. And I know there's people out there that have really bad, disgusting beliefs that are trying to hurt people right now, but we can't be hating them, because when anything that you give out, you take in. Anything that you give out, you take in. So I can observe and go, yes, okay, stop. But I'm not going to take that in and then twist my emotional frequency up. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to lower my vibration. I'm not going to lower my energy, because when I do that, then I'm limping, okay, like a victim, like most people are today, or I'm limping like an animal in the jungle, which means I'll be taken down. Because you can smell fear, because fear smells, and guess what? Predators know how to come after it. Okay? Why do you think that they're getting everyone to wear the badge of fear? What's the badge of fear? The mask. The mask is the badge of fear. So understand something. Take your mask off Find your authentic self deep within yourself. Find your brave heart. Find your roar. Stand in this, okay? You know what? They're pretending that rules are laws. Anything that feels like it's coming up against your honor is not a law. It's not a law. People think that most of the things going on right now have passed by law. They're not laws, they're rules. And if you're dumb enough or chicken enough to not stand in your power, let me have a policeman or a law enforcement person come to my door. They're not coming in. I'm not listening to what they have to say. Unless they're telling me something that is for my safety or something that they're there to protect me, they are not coming in. And understand, these authoritarians, they'll listen to anything. They need their paycheck. They want to be approved of. I don't need anybody's approval except my own and my Creator. Let's move on. Okay, first of all, I wrote an article and I did a video. I'm not going to get into it deeply or else we're never going to get these questions answered for the fasting today. But here's the deal. It's called The Emotional Chemistry of Cancer, Disease, and Healing. Okay? I'm going to be sending that out. Okay? The first place it's going is everybody who's on my email list is going to be getting that next week. They're going to be getting a preview of it. And they're going to be getting this guide. It's about 40 pages long, 35 pages long. And if you're on my email list, okay, so which means you got to go to my itioh.com or go to docofdetox.com and then go in there and give me your email. I'm not going to be pitching you with stuff. I think you can already tell who I am. So I'm going to send you an advanced copy of that, and then we're going to have a Q&A on it. And I'm going to be answering questions so that you understand that all of the things that you thought were negative in your body were actually healing symptoms then, and you and the medical system got together to try to kill your healing. Great, isn't that just wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that everything is ass backwards, upside down and inside out? Because it is. Welcome to planet Earth, a life-challenging, fun-filled adventure for the whole family, as long as you understand universal law and that rules are for fools, and all we've got is rules right now. Okay? So, breast cancer, breast fibroids, tumors, calcium deposits in the breast. These are all situations of pushing the panic button on an emotional level and not knowing it. How do you know that you are emotionally out of balance when everybody else around you is emotionally out of balance? Oh, you would call that normal, wouldn't you? Oh, yes, you would. You think you're normal. Well, guess what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm on the phone with this guy yesterday, okay? Calls me up. Dr. Wolf, I've got diabetes, but I'm in perfect condition. Yes, sir. That's the thinking of today. If you've got a chronic disease, because guess what? Only 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease. And if you've got an autoimmune disease, but you don't happen to be in the hospital at that present moment, then you're in great condition. Anybody with an autoimmune disease, when I was like around the age of 9, even arthritis was a disease, and people was a condition, I should say, disease, just a name, was a condition that people wanted to turn around. But guess what? My God, we can't even turn around arthritis, can we? Well, I can. I'll give you a money back guarantee. I don't care what your condition is. I don't cure anything. The body cures it. But I know enough about nature and what natural balance is and harmony within your cells and how to talk to your cells to get them in line to actually create that built-in healing that you always had, but you don't realize you do. So if you don't know you have something, then you're not going to utilize it, are you? That's the bottom line. So the reality is that understand something. All disease on this planet is from misinformation, bloody well lies, and also you don't understand that you just run programs. And because everybody in your family is a terrorist too, that nobody's a terrorist. Isn't that something, eh? So, oh yeah, does your family really how does your family love each other? Oh yeah, we're a really loving family. Yeah. Usually when I go in to do these family prevention consultations and go in and build perfect days for them, it's like, because it's like, did you ever go into a barn, okay, a pig barn? I have, okay, and when you get in there, you can almost choke at the beginning, but after you've been in there for 3 to 5 minutes, you don't smell the poop anymore. So the reality is you don't even know what a good poop is. You don't even know what a good diet is. You don't even know what peace of mind is. So the reality is we've got to be able to love ourselves enough and be patient enough to want to learn that. And that's the thing. If we can keep you so scattered, oh, look over here. No, wait, look over, look, oh, look, oh. Are you drained yet? Yeah. And guess what? But you don't have time, do you? You don't have time to love yourself well, because we've been taught that that's a self-centered, selfish situation. And understand, I am the most selfish person you're ever going to meet, because I am going to make sure that I look after Daryl, because I don't need my children wiping my bum or coming to visit me in a nursing home or be the victim. I'm not a victim. I'm the hero of my story. And everybody can become that. See, what we think is normal has always been abnormal. There's never been true freedom on this planet. But the first place you need to find it is peace of mind. So why am I talking, well, that's breast cancer. You don't have peace of mind. When you go to read my guide, for those of you I'm going to send that out to, we're going to send that out in about 10 days, so get on our email list if you want. But here's the deal. You'll never have a breast situation unless you had a psychological situation first. And it had to be a conflict. So when we have conflict and we don't get conflict resolution, we cause a part of our brain to go on fire. So that organ or that part of the body that constitutes that emotional feeling that we are unable to resolve, okay? First it happens in the mind, then it happens in the body, okay? And what happens is the body must take on the conflict resolution, or else you'll stroke out, have a seizure and die, okay? Or we're going to offload that inflammation, offload that conflict into the organ or the part of the body that emotion is connected to. And that is the true philosophy of real health. Now, we also know on a physical level, to have a breast problem, we know that there was a bowel problem, and we know that we've been leaking waste into the pelvis and messing up our ovaries and uterus for years. We fill up from the bottom up, okay? But it all starts from the top and then comes down, and that on an emotional level, it starts from the top and then goes to the physical level. And then on a physical level, you fill up with toxins from the bottom and you work your way up. And knowing that the ovaries and the uterus are directly connected to the breasts, you've got a pinball situation. So first of all, we know you're pooping into your pelvis. We know you're backing up your waste, so your liver can't detoxify properly. But the reality is you didn't know that your lymph system dumps into your large intestine. So if you don't protect that beautiful organ, which is the king of everything, your large intestine, then what happens is that the lymph no longer dumps into the large intestine, which means it backs up and you get swelling in the neck, you get swelling under the arms, you get swelling in the groin, you get swelling in the back of the knees or the ankles. How are you doing so far? So now what happens, especially here, you get jammed up and jelly tight. I don't even sweat anymore. Or when I do sweat, it stinks. Or when I sweat, it's just profuse. All of these things are not right. They're not right. Especially when you get jammed up and you don't sweat anymore. We know that those lymph nodes are jammed, so we know the detoxification is not happening for the breasts. So when the breasts become inflamed because of infection, okay, did you know that the breasts, what are they made out of? Let me think. Let me think. Well, let me just go back a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so why does a person have 10 pounds of fat, 20 pounds of fat, 30 pounds of fat, cellulite? Why do they have this stuff? Well, because this stuff is, okay, fat is new, cellulite is older, and cellulite has less oxygen, less circulation. That's why it's always cold, okay? But both of these things are storage tanks for inflammation and infection. Now, you're not going to have to need fat cells or cellulite or tumors, okay, or cysts or anything like that if you don't have infection, if you don't have inflammation. So now, what happens is when the body becomes inflamed, it's internally. So the body makes fat, which is external, to take the inflammation and the infection to the external part of the body away from the organs to protect the organs. And you're going to keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter. The more you terrorize yourself, the worse you eat, the less you think about watering yourself, because if you don't like something, you don't water it, you let it die, the more fat you're going to create. Now, what's that got to do with the breasts? Those beautiful breasts are made out of fat tissue. So sometimes, and a lot of times, when you are exhausted and tired, and the body doesn't even have enough energy to make fat cells, it says, guess what? We got 2 storage tanks up here. It sends the acidity. It sends the toxicity up here to be stored in your breasts. And understand something. When the pelvis becomes too toxic, it goes upstairs. So take a look at your ovaries, and then you've got your breasts. You got 2 ovaries downstairs, you got 2 breasts upstairs. I mean, right? You do. So now take a look at this. You ever go to the fair when you take that hammer and you go bing? So look at that as your ovaries. Ah! Right? And then if you hit it hard enough, ding! Okay, the thing goes up and dings the breasts. So you're dinging your breasts. Now, here's the deal. I don't care what anybody says. Come on my show, challenge me. I've had enough, okay? Okay, all you people that think you know, you experts that know everything, okay? You get on my show and challenge me. Come on, let's do this. The reality is that the breasts are taking the beating. And what first happens is when you start taking on that acidity, you've already jammed up your lymph system. So if I block up here, then that means that this area here is going to back up toxins into here. Okay, and I'm not going to get into the emotional effects of your children and your spouse and sexual things that actually will hurt the breasts as well today, because I could be here for 3 hours. Now, so here's the deal. You experts that think you know what you're talking about, understand it's first emotional, then it becomes physical. Okay, so psychological, biological. First of all, now, when we get the acidity in our bodies and the acid starts to be stored here in the breast, okay, what it's going to do is it's going to retain water so they can get painful, right? They can feel swollen, okay? The other thing is when they get painful, that's your body trying to heal you. That's right. If you don't remove the toxins, the pain, the swelling, okay, that is all part of your body trying to heal. People don't even believe this, but tumor is a healing thing, okay, which you'll find out in my article I'm going to send out to everyone that's on my list. Now, so when you get really acidic and you feel the pain in here, what is it going to do? Well, you're going to get crystallization happening. Then you're going to get calcification. That's why you get calcium deposits in your breast, is the calcium is being pulled from your clavicle, your sternum, and your ribs to be put into your breast, because calcium is alkalining. So that calcium doesn't work very well, but it's trying to buffer you down so that you don't end up having to get cancer to the point that you don't understand why you got the cancer, and then you get the breast cut off, or you radiate it, or you get chemotherapy, or situations like this, or you go and you cut that out. And if you ever do cut out a tumor or you cut something out of your breast, after the healing, you better get a Wolf non-surgical therapist to work on that scar, because that scar is actually going to, actually where the weak point where the thing grew in the first place, it's now weaker. Because that scar is the worst scar tissue you could ever have in your body is from surgery, because cells are alive, and when you cut, that scar tissue actually is the toughest scar tissue, and now circulation's not getting into that part of the tissue, which means oxygen content comes down. And if cells are deficient in oxygen for more than 35% for just a few days, mutation comes a calling. Are we awake yet? Happy Friday. So understand, we don't know about health. We don't know about our body. We're not stupid. You're not stupid. And understand something. You are programmed for this. How does it feel to be set up? So now, calcium deposits, where we can get rid of those by using ionic calcium therapy. That'll actually bring that back into the bones. Now, but remember something, anytime there's inflammation, you're going to get scar tissue formation in here, and that's what you call your fibroids and your tumors, and whether they're malignant or whether they're benign, okay? And the difference between those two is just one step. It's how the degree of inflammation. That's how they decide. So if they were to say, somebody were to look at it and they were just to read it a little bit wrong, and they go, oh no, it's benign, or if they said it was malignant, you'd freak the hell out, wouldn't you? Oh yeah. You'd freak out. Oh, it's benign, thank God. Okay, so people are holding your emotional status in their hand. So you better think about who you're going to go to. Are you going to people that love themselves and care for themselves, that they know how to do that to you and give you back your power? All right, so if I had a breast problem, I would definitely be doing colon cleansing. I'd be definitely doing the ultimate coffee enema. I'd be definitely being on this advanced water fasting, and I would definitely be going and looking at a technique of how to honor, love, and respect myself, and then demand that from my husband, my children, and everyone else around me. You give me a woman that has breast cancer, and she's got people in her family, okay, that she has programmed that are disrespecting her because she's disrespecting herself. There's a little bit to chew off, isn't there, huh? Well, I thought you were going to talk about breast cancer, Dr. Wolf. Well, I am. Okay, because the breasts mean a lot. They feed your children. Okay, your men can't stop thinking about them usually. Okay, so they're really emotionally connected, aren't they? On a sexual, emotional, physical level. Okay, all right? Everybody loves breasts, but there's a lot of emotion that's tied up with the breasts. And when the emotion gets tied up like a knot, okay, then we get a lump. So that's why we always have to have conflict resolution. But what if you don't know what the conflict is that caused the breast cancer or the breast pain in the first place? Well, that's what this article is going to teach you, the emotional chemistry of cancer. Okay, it's not just of cancer, it's disease and healing. It's the whole thing. So you got to clean the colon, you got to clean the liver, you got to get on the perfect day diet, do the intermittent fasting. And you know, you can call me up and you don't have to buy any product, but what you got to do is less is more. So stop eating so much and stop partaking in what you think is normal. And also stop having an abnormal behavior that you think is a normal behavior, which is what? Letting other people disrespect you. Say no when you need to say no. Say yes when you need to say yes. Start loving yourself and lay the loving line down. You don't have to raise your voice. You can just say, honey, I love you so much, but we have a dysfunctional relationship. You don't listen to me, okay? All right, you don't respect me, or blah, 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 but you need to talk softly, but with strength. With strength. If we could understand that our emotional being creates all disease and creates all healing. But the problem is you are programmed to disrespect yourself. So other people disrespect you too. Try to come into my clinic and disrespect me. Even, I don't care. You can say, I'm going to give you $10,000, but you're never going to disrespect me. I'm going to ask you to leave. I did a consultation on a mother and her daughter, and I just gave their money back. They're saying, Dr. Wolf, you're the only one I think that can help us, but at the same point, they don't want to listen to me. And then when I'm talking with a brave heart, I'm holding the line here. You know what she says? Not even my family talks to me like this. And I go, yeah, that's why you're in this problem. I did not disrespect her, but she felt disrespected because her beliefs were challenged. And if you're not willing to challenge your own beliefs or have me challenge them only in the way that you would love yourself more, care for yourself more, then the game is already over. But isn't that just a sucker punch? Where you're going to protect a dishonoring belief that you have. Isn't that something? So we know that we need to take a look at our whole life. And I would tell anyone with any type of situation, you need to get a consult. It's $150 and then lifetime support. And if you're not worth $150, I get it. I will send all the love in the world to you, because just think about how dysfunctional that is. And especially when I'm going to give you a money back guarantee. So you can actually ask for your money if you want it, even if we helped you. And it's not going to matter to me, because I need to let you understand something. At the end of the day, it can't be about the money anymore. It cannot be about the money, because it's always been about the money. And that's why we're in this problem that we are today. So you need to understand, I'm holding the line on that. Because really, people would have really integrity and honesty and know that we are going to do our best, would never ever ask for the money back. But when somebody needs the money, I've had people that I know that they've asked for the $150 back because I think maybe they couldn't pay their rent. Who knows? So that would be my gift back to them. So understand, I'm awake. So, dealing with the breasts, okay. First of all, if I had a problem with my left breast, I would start with my right one. Why? Well, because I would practice on that one first. And the reality is, if I had a problem with my breast, I would go into, there's so many other things I would do if we did a consult. Cassandra, if you're listening to this, if you want to do a live doc demo, I won't be able to do it for like a week or 10 days. But we'll do a live doc demo, and we'll take an hour and 20 minutes, and we'll show all the women of the world, you will, that we can turn this around. But let me just go through this quickly, okay? Because I got to get to the fasting questions. So where was I? So yeah, go into my fasting guide and make sure that you read or watch Clapping Your Lungs and Heart for Health, okay? So what you do is you're going to start right here, because this is the heart meridian right here in the arm where the elbow bends. Okay, this is the heart meridian and the pericardium meridian and the lung. Believe it or not, if you clap this, you're going to help your heart, you're going to help your lungs, which means they affect your breasts, right? And you're going to clap here, and then just follow the instructions on how I show to clap. And then what I want you to do is I want you to come up. So we'll start here and we'll clap. And you want to clap as hard as you can without, see, the first time you start clapping, you're going to go, this is an abusive thing. Understand, anybody that does clapping and they clap for, let's say, a few days, you're going to be addicted to it. And it's not because, understand something, people are addicted to suffering and abuse, emotionally, sexually, physically. But this is not part of that. What this does, it goes and it helps to release the issues that are now in the tissues. And if I were to clap here, I can't do this now, but I will prove to you, I will clap as hard as I can for 5 minutes. And on most people, they'll have black, brown, purple, blue, and it'll be bruising coming up. This did not bruise them. The toxicity in their heart, emotionally and physically, and in their lungs, emotionally and physically, okay, is actually going to be coming out and up, because this is the meridian. It's actually going to come to the surface. You think you know. You really do. And you know what? Most practitioners think they know what health is. They think they know the human body. Well, they don't. I have spent my whole life since I was 17 years old on this game. And I am the kind of guy that will research and challenge and figure it out, and I learn how to hack everything. Shortcuts, how do we get there? And you know what? I will not deal with any organized system out there, as you can tell. If you buy into any institutionalized training out there, you're already toast. So, clapping here, and then you'll see something. This will go black, this will go red. Of course it'll go red, but redness means increased circulation. And I'm going to be, and whatever comes to the top, what color, I teach you all about that in the clapping masterclass. Now, you're going to do this, and you might see a line of purple or blue go down there or up there. You chase it. And the next day, if it's black and blue here, you go back in and you clap it. Oh my God, no way. You don't clap a bruise, do you? Well, let me tell you something. The only fruit that bruises is rotten fruit. Did you get that? The only fruit that bruises is rotten fruit. So you're a rotten fruit if you bruise. And you're rotten because you were rotten to the core. You didn't look after your large intestine, but you also didn't look after your mind, because that's where it all started, and it's a landmine. So what you're going to do is come up, clap here first. Let's get rid of a lot of this emotion in this area. Let's start opening things up. Okay, then we're going to clap up here. Okay, we're going to clap up here. We're going to use our hand. And every woman, when you get into the shower, you should be clapping under your armpits, okay, for only 2 to 3 minutes every time you're in the shower. And then you should be clapping your breasts, and then you should do a massage ringing of the breasts, which I can't show today, but I will show. And if you did that, you would never have breast problems in your life, even if you're abusing yourself with toxicity. Yeah, you know what women do? They don't pay attention. They don't pay attention because guess what? What am I offered? I offered chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery. So I just want to forget it all. So I'm not going to look at the breast. I'm going to forget it's there. That doesn't work out very well. So then what you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to start working on the breast. You're going to clap underneath the breast first. And if you ever wore a bra with a wire, you're going to have tons of scar tissue here. And you're going to clap under the breast. Then you're going to clap your clavicle. You remember I told you you're going to do under your arm. Then you're going to do above the breast. Then you're going to take a shot glass, if you feel that scar tissue down here. And you're going to take moringa oil and put a little bit of frankincense drops in the moringa oil, put that on here, and you're going to go in with the bottom edge of this. I can't teach this right now, guys. I just want you to know that I can teach you how to reverse pretty well everything. I didn't say cure. I'm not getting into cure nothing, because the cure is you. The cure is your attitude of gratitude, altitude, bringing your vibration up, and doing it moment by moment, living in the present moment. So let's be very clear that when I tell anybody, if I was a woman, this is what I do with my breast. If I was a if I had that condition, this is what I would do. Don't look at me as a doctor. Don't look at me as anybody knowing anything, just a guy sharing some personal information that if I was in your situation, this is what I could do, and this is what I would do, and I'm allowed to do that. And anyways, you're not really paying for it anyways. It's free, right? It's free information, just two friends coming together, okay? So you'll get the bottom of the edge, and you're going to go in there and actually break this up. If you can get your hands on a Wolf non-surgical therapist, we'll go in and rock your world, because it's all a scar tissue issue, crystallization, and displaced calcium. And we know how to reverse that, all of it. We know how to teach you how to reverse all of it. Yeah. Okay, so then we're going to go in here, and then you can work on your sternum even with the shot glass, and then we can work up here. I'll be teaching this, and it'll be in the master class. It's going to be how to do the breast is an hour long. It's an hour long, because we're going to be thorough, and you're going to become the healer you've been looking for. So after you've done that, then you'll actually start clapping your breast, and you're going to go, oh my God, that hurts. I don't want to do it. So go this light. Hi, I love you. And then after a while, you'll be able to go deeper and deeper around it. So we're practicing on the good breast first. So once we've done this, maybe for about a week, okay? And don't be afraid to call me. My extension is 5, or call one of my consultants. We're here to help you, okay? I mean, understand something, everyone. You've been taught to not have patience for yourself. Well, that's the first thing we do, is we want to teach you not to be patient with yourself. Then you'll never see anything through, will you? Yeah, right. So you've been taught not to be patient with yourself, and then you've been taught and been given a manual that's toxic, that doesn't even work. Anything you've ever done or had in your life, you've put your heart into it, and you did it for yourself. So anyway, so you're going to work on that breast, and then when you're all done working on the breast, let me see here. I guess it won't get in my way. When you're all done working on the breast, then you're going to go like this. And see here, I'm going to move the toxins, move them into the lymph system, right? So I'm massaging and then moving the toxins into the lymph system. So get that. Start practicing it. Start making yourself feel better, okay? Let your breasts know you love them. And then after you've done that, then you'll do a little bit more clapping. Any woman that has a breast situation, and this isn't the sales pitch, so let's all just chill out. But if you were to use an Avicin, which increases circulation and moves lymph better than anything else on the planet, which I can tell you it does. It increases your circulation by a minimum of 67%. Pretty rad, right? And you can do this a few times a day. You just put your hand into it. You can fall asleep. It puts you into a parasympathetic state. It'll move the lymph. You'll even feel the pressure in here. If your lymph is jammed, you'll feel a little bit of pressure. Then you just connect to your lion heart breathing. But before you do all that, and before you ever work on your breast every day, what are you going to do? You are going to what? You're going to do your belly button therapy, okay, with the frankincense and the CBD oil, 2 drops of each after you do the belly button therapy, because we know that the belly button therapy releases 50% of your dopamine, 70% of your serotonin. Yeah, I'm relaxed, I feel better. Everything is relaxed in me. And then you'll do the drops, the 2 drops of the frankincense and CBD in there, and that's going to stimulate 70,000 nerve endings, okay? And then what are you going to do? Well, then you're going to lightly come in and you're going to skin brush your breasts every day with a natural skin brush. This is the Detox skin brush, and this is all natural bristles. And you're going to go in and you're going to go in there and skin brush your breasts, lightly do it under your armpit. Why? Well, because your skin is your largest detox organ, and it helps to move the toxins and the lymph, and you're going to do that first. So I would do what first? Well, if I had an Avicin, I would do belly button therapy first, then I would do the Avicin, then I'd be doing the skin brushing, then I'd be doing the clapping, okay, and I'm gonna rock the good breasts and really get my groove down, because if there's something wrong with this one, there's a little bit wrong with this one. Then I'm gonna start moving over here, and then I'm going to take the same procedure and come into here. And by the time I come into here, I'm confident. I understand, okay? I know what I'm doing. And that is the best breast work you'll ever do. And then we're gonna also use either DMSO gel, okay, if it's a really hardened fibroid, or we're just going to use the rose cream, which is not as concentrated. And then we're going to also put on frankincense and orange burst essential oil. And my frankincense, just so you know, I challenge anyone to find a 4-ounce bottle of frankincense at this quality for $195. Yeah, go to people like Young Living and then take a look at their frankincense and the price. And I'm not downing Young Living, I'm just talking about who can afford all that stuff. So check ours out and just see the quality, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyways, believe it or not, I just took a half an hour, and that's not even the breast. That is the starting place, okay? Remember something. So, how's your situation going? I don't know, I really don't. Well, you would know if you took personal action. So how's it going? It's getting worse. That's right. What have you done for yourself? Well, nothing. I'm waiting to see a specialist. Oh, really? Okay, I think you know what I'm talking about, everyone. Okay? All right, so let's open up for some questions. What I'm going to do is I want to tell you that Monday I'll be back here at 10 a.m., Tuesday 10 a.m., and Wednesday, did we change that time? Do you know? It's still 10 a.m.? Yeah. Okay, so Wednesday it's still 10 a.m. And that'll be the last day of the advanced water fasting Q&As. For the 6-day people who are only going 6 days, it'll be over on the 6th day, which is Tuesday, and I'll come back on Monday, right? On Monday, April the 19th, I've got transforming blue light into healing light. Yeah, you heard what I said. Okay, and that's really important because blue light is probably the most toxic thing that's going on the planet today, and everybody just thinks it's normal. Meanwhile, everybody's got eye problems, everybody's got headaches, everybody feels like they're burnt out. Okay, Tuesday, April the 20th, I've got Peter Webb coming on talking about crystal life and 5G EMF protection. Wednesday, I've got Dr. Magda Havas coming on about 5G, the invisible threat. And then Thursday, I've got Sheena Symington coming on and talking about how the greatest pandemic coming is actually people that will become so EMF toxic that they'll have to move out to the country because they will not be able to handle being anywhere where there's any type of electrical devices. And that will be the greatest pandemic we're going to be facing. Okay? And then on Tuesday the 26th, we've got Del Bigtree, and he's coming on live to do a talk. And then on the 27th, he's coming on to do a live Q&A for you. And all of these things are happening at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The show with Del Bigtree is called Down on the Pharma. And then the Q&A will be on the 27th. So please tell everyone, this is going to be, he never does Q&As. So you're going to have a chance to talk to Del Bigtree, your questions live, okay? May 1st, I'm doing what's called Braveheart World. It's 8 hours with a coupon code. Instead of $295, $195 buys you 8 hours with me going through a whole 8-hour training about everything to take your life back. And also 5 other days with other really great professionals to teach you how to take your life back, all right? Please go to eventbrite.com and use the use the Braveheart code. Just use Braveheart as the code and you'll get $100 off the $295, okay? Also, I'll be giving out for 400 of the VIPs that join that. It's worth hundreds of dollars. We're going to be giving products to them, and they're kind of our front row people, right? All right, let me see here. Let's get right to it. Where's my thing? Here it is. How do I bring that on again? Can you just show me? Yeah, I'm really great at this stuff, okay? Okay, so just know this, everyone. I promise I'm going to take lots of time to do questions that aren't about fasting. Okay, when I get caught up with the fasting, I don't know when they are. We've got lots of great questions and we've been saving them, right, Drake? So, I mean, it might not happen until next Thursday or Friday or the following Monday, but the reality is I'm going to sit down and answer them all. It could take me like 3 or 4 hours, but I will. We've been saving them up during the fasting. It's got to come first. Tara, how can we order your C60 if it's not on your website? Just call 855-900-4544. That's all you do. And if you're overseas, you call 250-215-8004 on WhatsApp. Okay, that's what you do. And the C60 comes in coconut oil, comes in hemp oil, and it also comes in olive oil. And yeah, when we get it up on the website and we do a comparison with all the other C60s out on the market, you'll find out who you're dealing with and the quality of what we have and the pricing structure. Yes. And C60 is beyond amazing. And in these times, what they're trying to do to us right now, C60 is not an option. It's really important. You know, the most important thing, I can't get into it right now, guys. Think about your vitamin D, okay? You need to have lots of it. And with a K to kick it in properly, unless you want to order a vitamin D light, which is around $1,400. It's 6 feet, stands 6 feet, and with vitamin D light tubes. And also, just so anybody knows, we just ordered the crystal plates that you put on the vitamin D and this was developed by Tesla, okay? But it was actually hidden, I won't say by who. And you put these crystal plates in front of your vitamin D light, the lights, 2 plates. And just know this, those crystal plates have just almost doubled in price. So this is the last 40 crystal plates that we have. And then after that, I don't even know if I want to buy them because everything since the whole COVID thing, everybody's exaggerating things now. You know, like even shipping has gone up 30%. And you know, when I get things overseas, it's gone up even 5 to 10 times. Yeah, it's just beyond ridiculous. So anybody that, just know that we just got our crystal plates in that you put on in front of the vitamin D light, and that is the most powerful therapy you're ever going to do. For those who want it or interested, like I said, I've only got 40. And then I don't know if I'm going to bring them back in because they went and almost doubled the price on us. Yeah, overnight. So you'll have to call me at extension 5 or extension 8 for Lori, all right? And first come, first serve on those. And the other thing is iodine. I'll be introducing the only pure iodine on the planet, 10,000 times molecularly smaller than any other iodine. And when you hear what it can do with viruses and bacteria and fungi, and we're going to have on one of the leading cardiologists in North America, medical doctor, and he's going to be verifying everything I just said. So those are the 3 things that you really want to do and take a good look at. Okay, and the reason why we do C60 is because everybody's talking about vitamin C, but C60 is 250 times stronger than vitamin C as a neutralizing free radicals. Okay, that's why it's called the miracle molecule. It's also 7 times more expensive than gold. Think about that. And the product is not expensive for what it's doing, and it really truly isn't. Okay, and then again, you can do some price comparison with other people that sell it and the quality, and then you can see where we're coming from. Thank you. All right. Krista, do you know the cost of the Mexico training? Yeah, I do. The Mexico training is $3,500 for the whole life coach certification. Okay. It's $6,000 for the Wolf non-surgical certification, but together they're $8,000. Okay, all right. And just so you know that we will not be taking any more people for the Playa del Carmen training. We are booking. We will be giving you a date. It will be in September, October. We will be back in Mexico for another course, but we have openings for our June course here in Canada. All right, we have a course starting here in June. I think it's June the 5th. All right, and that's again the whole life coach and the non-surgical, or you can take the both of them together, and it's 21 days in Canada, whereas it's 22 days when we do it in Mexico. Should women have a different program schedule of products when to do what and what times to do it while on the advanced water fast? Well, yeah, but I went through that. It's everything is basically about, it's like your weight. But as far as the products, no. As far as the products that I've told the instructions about, that is for men or women, because men drink more water. So if they drank, for every quart or liter, we put in 1 teaspoon, right? 1 teaspoon of fulvic. For ATP, it's 1 teaspoon for man or woman, 3 to 5 times a day or more if you want it, but you know. And then for the Ormus minerals, it's 3 to 5 times again, depending on your size and how you feel. So we have that sliding scale. Okay, so let me think here. And then as far as the ionic calcium therapy, if people were doing that while they were fasting as well, you know, if you were 150 pounds or more, you're doing a teaspoon of the calcium in 16 ounces of water and then drinking that right away. And let's say you were 100 pounds, that would be 2/3, right? Because you're 50 pounds less. So if you're 100 pounds, that'd be 2/3 of a teaspoon of the ionic calcium. And then it would be in 2/3 of the 16 ounce, which would be approximately what? That would be approximately 12 ounces, right? Okay. So no, wait, no, that would be 11. So it would be about 11 ounces you would do. So 11 ounces and 2/3 of a teaspoon. Okay, and then as far as the salt water goes that you do first thing in the morning with 16 ounces to 32 ounces. I love 32 ounce hot water in the morning. You can't get enough, right? So, and then I use a level tablespoon of Himalayan salt. Somebody that has like a blood pressure problem would only do a level teaspoon, and as somebody who doesn't have a blood pressure problem would do like a rounded teaspoon. And if you've got really high blood pressure, look at high blood pressure is not a disease. It's you're blocked up, your colon's blocked up, your liver's blocked up, you're toxic. All right. Why would you have high blood pressure? Because somebody's stepping on the hose. Okay, and the water's still got to come out just as much volume, so it's got to go fast. The heart has to beat harder, right? That's high blood pressure. And that's because you don't eat right. That's because you got a cork up your bum and your filter's clogged up, which is your liver. If you were to do just those things, you wouldn't have high blood pressure. And the other thing that causes high blood pressure is every time you push the panic button. Oh my God, did you hear? What? Oh, grandpa has COVID. Right, freak out. There you go. So every time we freak out, our blood pressure goes up. So as soon as we find our peace and our calm, that's the biggest part of blood pressure, really, the reactive. Continually putting yourself into a reactive inflammation state, okay? Yeah, and then as far as like the essential oils that you use, like the super cinnamon, the lemon lift, and the orange burst that you put in your drinking water if you want, you're just gonna put in 1 to 2 drops in a quart of water, so it depends on how much water you drink, right? And let me see if there's anything else. No, everything is up to you. You know, some people will do an ultimate coffee enema and they'll do it not at all. Some people will do 1 a day, some will do 2 a day. And you can call us and we can help you with that. But embracing the ultimate coffee enema is embracing the only thing that will actually flush out and clean your liver. And understand, you'll change the filter in your car twice a year probably. But, you know, after 50 years, what do you think your liver's like? It's gucked up and it's messed up. And understand, this is the power of true healing, okay? Okay. I'm only going to answer these last few questions. No more questions, okay? All right? Because today I've got 7 consultations to do, and I've got to be there by 11:30. It's 11:01 right now. Andrea, my super cinnamon hasn't arrived. Can you suggest a flavor I can put in my structure and fulvic water? I drank over my body weight yesterday, first time fasting. Good for you. And understand something. Even if you're not fasting, you should be drinking 3/4 of an ounce of water, and hopefully it's structured, and 3/4 of an ounce of water for every pound you weigh. And understand something. People think they're drinking over their body weight, but understand this. The whole world's dehydrated and on fire. That's right. We've all been programmed to not water the plant. Okay? What else could you put in there? I don't know. I don't want to be putting in things that are going to activate. See, the thing is about with these essential oils is that they get absorbed without turning on your digestive tract. I'm not going to tell you anything that would turn it on. Just hang in there. Just hang in there till it comes. Cheryl, does boiling structured water make it unstructured? No, no problem. How about leaving it for hours? No problem. We know that structured water is good for at least 8 years. So we've got water that has been structured 8 years ago. That's right. We test it. We test it every year to see if it's structured still. Structured water stays structured, we know, for at least 8 years. I don't know if it's longer, so I don't think anybody needs it that longer. Krista, I've heard women rubbing a few drops of iodine on their breast tumor and it went away. Could that be true? I've heard of that true, and the reality is that's why you want to do the infinite iodine. Okay, the infinite iodine I have coming, we will prove all the science to show you that the molecular structure of that and the size of that is thousands of times smaller than any iodine on the planet, and it is the only pure iodine on the planet. And we'll have that back up on our website within 6 weeks. Okay, so if you watch, we'll let you know when it's up. Okay. Goji, hi doc, I love all your products and your Braveheart attitude for waking people up. I've been taking the Tummy Love humic powder structured water, Sinonian minerals, and the Detox. So far, so good. Had a quick question about seasonal allergies. There's no such thing as seasonal allergies. What happens when your immune system is down and there's a change in the season, your immune system, that's enough to just rock the scale. You need to bring your immune system, have your immune system stronger by doing more, by getting rid of the toxins. Doing the ultimate coffee enema is the way that I'd be looking at doing that. And also doing things like the C60, but really working and focusing on that large intestine is really a big key, okay? What is the root cause, and can fasting help? Absolutely it will. Also, heavy metal detox, any suggestions? Well, guess what? The best heavy metal detox is actually the humic fulvic products, and the fulvic specifically. So that's why we're doing, this is a nano fulvic we have here. All right, and that's why we do this. And also the black gold powder, but you don't want to do black gold on a fast. But this you'll do on a fast. And guess what? Are you ready for this? Fulvic is the best chelator in the world. Nothing chelates better, okay? People do zeolite, but zeolite can't even touch this. It can't even touch it. Zeolite is like history for me. I was doing zeolite back 15 years ago, and that's when I stopped zeolite. This is what works better than any zeolite product or anything. For, you know what, put this teaspoon of this in every quart of water you drink for the rest of your life. It's not too expensive to be able to do that. And just so everybody understands something, we're coming out with 1,000 times concentrate, and it's called Black Diamond Crystals, and they will be out 2 in 6 weeks. And what you do is you open up a little packet, it's this small, and you put it into water, and you can see it just sparkles, and then it just mixes, just like, you just have to go, that's it, and it mixes. Black gold won't do that. This is a refined concentrate called Black Diamond Crystals. And understand something, it is 1,000% stronger, and you'll feel it when you take it. All right, so it's sucking up, okay, the heavy metals and the acidity in the body, and then it's dumping off 60 known micronutrients into the cells. So it makes everything wetter, and it helps to get everything into the cells. Between structured water and structured fulvic, this is structured fulvic, okay? Between doing that, you've nailed it. I never have to worry about heavy metal poisoning, even though it's everywhere, all right? I mean, gosh, think of this, think of the kind of world we live in. That you go to the dentist and they're still putting silver fillings. Yeah, why don't you call them mercury fillings, you know what's. You know, they're 49% of a silver filling is mercury. And we know it has no place there except to kill. Diane, should we have mammograms every year? Maybe you should. But why would I want someone to mash my breast and then radiate it like a microwave? Why? I'll tell you why. So you should maybe still go. And I'm not putting it down. Go ahead if you want. But the only reason why you'd go is because you don't know how to clap. You don't know how to massage your breasts. You don't know what a healthy breast looks like or feels like. And the reality is not your fault. And here's the deal. Why don't you start every time you have a shower, go in and clap under your armpit, and then learn how to start clapping your breasts well. How would you like it if after 6 weeks to 3 months, the nipple, your breast nipple, actually was 1 inch higher? Why would it be 1 inch higher? Because we're going to bring tone back into your breasts so that they're not laying flabby. And the flabbier the breast, the more toxic they are and the less tone they have. Things that have tone have circulation. What do you think that clapping would do? What do you think that a clapper would do? What do you think that rubbing, what do you think would happen if we actually rubbed, okay, C60 on our breasts? What do you think would happen if we did that? What do you think if we massaged them with C60? What do you think would happen if we massaged them with a little bit of DMSO cream? What do you think would happen if we used some orange burst and some frankincense on our breasts? What if we started nourishing them and letting these not trillions, but millions of cells in our breasts know that we love it? How do you like it when somebody comes along and they stroke your face? Well, how do you think your breast likes it when you stroke your breast? You love yourself well. Okay? Remember something. That you pay attention to will never leave you. C60 rubbing, if you were to do, like, let's say you did skin brushing on your breast, let's say that you were to do clapping on your breast, then you were to rub C60, okay, coconut MCT oil with C60 and some frankincense into your breast, what would that do? Wow, you have no idea. The wrinkles would leave, the discoloration would leave, the tone would start coming back. Okay, let's take our breasts to the gym, will we? Okay? All right. Mammograms, well, you know what? I'd rather you went for a mammogram than sit there and stress out for another 12 months. So you go to get a mammogram, you go, whew, wow. But understand something, if you know how to actually love and care for your body, why do you need someone to tell you that you aren't? Okay? I'll tell you what. You'll never see me going to the hospital unless I'm in an emergency. I got in a car accident or fell or broke something. I haven't gone to the hospital for anything since I was like in my early 20s. I had a mole removed off my back, and now I've got this huge scar because the guy just went in and poof, because I didn't know any better. I could have left the mole alone. All I had to do was love that part of my body well, and the mole would have left. Oh, let's just cut this mole out on your back just in case it does become cancerous. And that's called preventative medicine. Okay. All right. Maria, I'm not putting medicine down. I'm not putting down emergency care. Without it, my daughter wouldn't be alive. A lot of my family wouldn't be alive. So let's get it that way. But when you start using emergency care for your daily care, don't ask yourself why you're running around like an emergency. Okay? How often should you add fulvic to your water? 1 teaspoon for every quart or liter you drink. Should you use deodorants? No, I don't use deodorants. And yes, I used to stink. No, I don't stink. People that stink, okay, are stinky. Or understand something, right? You've got bad breath. You've got bad breath because you got a manure pile sitting down in your pelvis rotting, okay? All right? So understand something. Do you know why women can't hold babies now? Do you know why their uteruses are falling out of their vagina? Do you know why their pelvis is on flame? Because they've got pelvic floor rot. The pelvic floor rot is from root rot, which is the large intestine. If they looked after the large intestine, they wouldn't be dumping the waste into the pelvis. And that's the same thing with men with prostate problems, bladder problems, you name it. Anything in that area, it's all caused because of the large intestine. Did you hear what I said? Anybody wants to come on and challenge me, a medical doctor, natural therapist, anybody, just come on, scientist, I'm ready. Okay? It's the large intestine that causes all that trouble. So get it or don't get it. And guess what? What is the main organ that we attack in today? Is our large intestine. So you go ahead and just destroy the Holy Grail and see what happens. Okay? Should we use deodorant? Well, I have what's called, where is it now? Let me see if I have it here. Yeah, Fresh and Clean. It's called Fresh and Clean. It's a fulvic combination blend that we put together, and you spray it, and what it does is it will take away the smell, but it starts to draw the heavy metals out and the acidity and the toxicity that's creating the smell. When you are smelling under your armpits, okay, or your groin, it's because you're rotting in your bowel. When you have bad breath, hot air rises just like a hot air balloon will rise, okay, you know, and understand something. People that have bad breath also are bloated usually quite a bit too, because that's the gas coming off what we call endotoxin, coming off the bad bacteria that you've created in your bowel because of the way you treat yourself when you're not treating yourself that nice. So you know how you rolled over and you, oh honey, can I give you a kiss? No, wait, whoa, go brush your teeth, please. You've got bum breath. Well, why do they have bum breath? Well, they have bum breath because that's from their bum, okay? back door, front door. What do you think gum disease is? Gum disease is bum disease. Where do you think all the plaque comes on your teeth? I know you can get some discoloration from drinking coffee, but most of the plaque that people have in their mouth is actually poo particles, okay, from the hot air rising off that private manure pile you got down in your pelvis. And I think that's good enough for today. What do you think, Sean? Yeah, because I've got a really busy day today, guys. And understand something. I played something on my Telegram. Please go there. If you haven't downloaded Telegram yet, what are you doing? Download Telegram. It's the only place. Right there. Right there. Take a look.
Other arm.
Other arm.
There it is.
There it is. So if you haven't downloaded Telegram yet, then you don't know what's truly going on. I will never fearmonger you, but go and take a look at my last post. I'm not going to post anything else today. Go take a look at my last post. And then you share this to everybody you know. Okay, I can't even tell you what it's about because I don't want the show taken down. T.me/the Doc of Detox. Okay, you want truthful information, that's where you're going to get it. Okay, all right. Let me see what else I want to say. Well, I just want to say have the best weekend of your life. I'll come on and probably do maybe one or two, just one a days to say hello to you guys. And I know we've got tons of questions here. I just can't believe all the ones we do. I might come on here like over the next 3 weeks, I'll get all questions caught up. I apologize. If somebody's got a burning desire and they've got a question, you can call my extension number 5 and ask me. And if it's not burning whole, then don't, please. But if you do, go ahead and do it. But just remember, $150 gets you a consultation, right? Okay, and the other thing is what do you want? Seriously, what do you want? Do you have a reason for living? Do you have a passion? Do you have a purpose? Seriously? And if you don't have a passion and a purpose, that means you've been living for everyone else, which means that you are suffering. Now understand something. I have a passion, I have a purpose. I love Daryl, I care for Daryl. And you're not going to find anybody that lives in my household that says that I don't give them attention and I don't love them. And you're not going to find anybody in the world that says that I actually do harm. So understand something. You've been programmed to believe that if you totally love and honor and respect yourself, you'll forget about your child and your child will drown in the tub. Your husband will divorce you. Okay? That you'll forget to feed the children, or you'll become an alcoholic, or you'll go get a gun and blow your head off. Yeah, this is all because you're going to love yourself well. Understand, you've been programmed to suffer. And you've been programmed also that whoever suffers the most in the family loves the family the most. Well, guess what? That would make you the curse for the family. Now let's start being the family blessing, but you can't be the blessing unless you become the blessing, because that's the only way you could give blessings. I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf, and you have the best day of your life, Braveheart. 3, 2, 1. I know you got this. Take care. Let me ask you a question. How would it feel? No, wait a minute. How would you like to get the life that you promised yourself or the world promised you? Well, let me tell you something right now. You're never going to have it unless you search for different. And you know what that difference is? The New World Practitioner. Yes, the New World Practitioner training. The 21-day training in Kelowna, British Columbia, okay, is that training. If you want to become something different and you want a different outcome for your patients, and if you want to become financially successful, I have the team to do it. And after the training, guess what? We've only begun to work together, because united we stand. And I will show you that a New World Practitioner is different than anything else out there, and you will be able to push beyond all the beliefs that were blocking you from your success on all levels. Good day, I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because They've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.